We continue our coverage of this year's Cattle Industry Convention, and joining us today is Marie Bosshamer from the Nebraska Beef Council. Marie, it's always a lot of fun being down here back in New Orleans. Feels like we were just here a couple of years ago, but I suppose there's been a few of them at this point. What's the role of the checkoff at these meetings?
So the role of the checkoff is basically having all of our different committee meetings and setting plans for the upcoming fiscal year. So there are committees such as Consumer Trust, Domestic Marketing, International Marketing, Nutrition and Health, and Safety. All of those committees are meeting and listening to potential contractors that are going to bring forth proposals for checkoff funding. And it's all producers, just like those that are on my board, sitting there making those decisions.
Yep. I understand you heard a presentation about some of the consumer trends when it comes to beef and their diet. What can you share with us about that?
Well, so we had a market research review this morning of everything that's going on with the consumer, because the foundational research that the checkoff does helps us build out those programs, and sometimes it takes a long time for those to pay off, kind of like with the dietary guidelines and our early years program. We started that research 20 years ago. Bottom line right now though is, as we look to 2023, inflation is a big deal to consumers, as we know, all of us it is, and so we're looking at consumers really wanting value. They're looking for deals and coupons and how to use leftovers. And so, that's one of the things that's going to fuel the recipes that we do, some of the different promotions that we do, just to help provide that need for what the consumer wants.
On the Nebraska level, there's been several new promotions you guys have kicked off over the last few years that I think our viewers and listeners today might be familiar with. But on the national side, are there any particular new promotions or things that have been done over the last year that excite you?
Well, I'm a big believer that beef is nutritious for everybody at any age. And so last year and the last couple of years, we focused on our early years campaign. And that is where little kids at the age of 6 months and older should start eating beef. The new one that's coming out is the Strong Minds, Strong Bodies campaign, and it's for teenagers. A lot of us know that teenagers, especially female teenagers, are low in iron. They are running, busy with high school things, and they just don't have a very, very nutritious diet, especially for iron, zinc, all those things that they need. So there is a new promotion that is happening with doctors' offices, and we are participating in Nebraska to get this Strong Minds, Strong Bodies campaign out there, and I'm very excited about that.
All right, certainly something we'll keep an eye on. What else do you want to add?
Well, it's really, a lot of people think, well, you're going to New Orleans and it's fun and it's great to see people, but this is really where all of the work gets done. And there are, all of our board members, all of the Cattlemen's Beef Board members that are here serving on those committees to help make those decisions and pave the way for the checkoff. And so I think it's really important for folks to know and understand that's the work that's being done here. So thank you.
A lot of business happening down here in
New Orleans. A lot of business, yes.
At this year's Cattle Industry Convention. That's Marie Bosshamer with the Nebraska Beef Council. And I'm Bryce Duskett here on the Rural Radio Network.